Another thing about being trans, I just found it was important to basically realize when I was starting to come to terms with being transgender and basically taking it on, not just dishing it out. Because, like I said, how else was I gonna live? Because obviously, something had to give, and obviously, it's something that I'm still finding right now. Obviously, it's not all easy, and it's not gonna come from the sky. It's not gonna come as easy as I want it to. Not everything's gonna hit me. I don't know everything yet about this, about my own personal journey. Now, I can watch as many videos as I want, about other people's transitions and how great it was or how hard it was. But you know what? That's not going to be a damn thing as far as me. Because I have my own past, my own experiences, and my own little gifts and experiences waiting for me in the future. I don't know what this weird thing was, but let's take it back to Alfalfa and the Little Rascals. Yeah, yeah, I'm weird. Okay, I have like a weird sense of humor sometimes. Anyway, gotta be silly sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's just even though I don't know everything and everything to expect yet, I'm taking it as it comes, and that's another part. That was another important part uh, that I had to do as far as taking on being transgender, figuring out I was transgender because I just have to put the fear aside and just take it as it comes. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what this has laid out for me. And maybe it sounds like I'm saying, I'll give it a try. No, I'm not necessarily saying this is just something I went along with and something I just started to do. No, it was already there. But I had to ease myself into it as well, you know what I'm saying? Because again, it's not falling out of the sky, and I certainly wasn't getting like open, full on support from home, you know what I'm saying? Just, yeah, I was kind of left to do everything on my own. Um, it's been hard. It has been really hard, but I know it's kind of made me a strong person. Even that very last suicide attempt, I mean, it's a build up, but I gotta take it as it comes and keep on going. And like I said, that's really what it was about with me and those few like split moments of me accepting and telling myself in my head, I'm transgender, I'm transgender. That's what it was all about. Taking it as it is, taking it as it comes, and seeing where it takes you, seeing what it has to offer you. Because honestly, what else was there besides going forward? Because like I said, in my past life where I'm sitting here trying to suffocate myself, and that's not how I attempted suicide, but it's just trying to squish myself down and trying to do this and trying to conform. It didn't latch on. And besides, even though it's hard being trans and it's hard, it's hard. It's hard being trans. It's hard with family, definitely being trans. I'd say that's like the hardest shit. It's the hardest part. Currently, I mean, I haven't even gotten to the stresses of finances yet. Um, but I will. I know. Um, of course, social rejection and everything like that. Just there's a lot. There's a lot. Of course, being misgendered like every damn day. You know what I'm saying? Every other day, which that's pretty good. Every other day now, like every other 2 days, which that's really great. Must be doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Must be the makeup. I don't wear makeup. I never wore makeup. I just yeah. Never. Oh, it just there's a lot of hard stuff, a lot of hardship with this. I know definitely I do. Um, like I was saying, I mean it is hard. I'm gonna go ahead and put like a background song on. Even though it's hard, like taking everything as it comes, everything along with being transgender and everything, in so many different forms, so many different aspects. Um, Romance and school and it just finances. whatever, happiness, happiness levels. I mean, God, it just, I'm comfortable. Like, I think, and I know when it gets hard, I just have to remind myself, this is kind of what makes it all worthwhile. That I'm going to say, I love my hair. I love it, and I get it. Like, females can have their hair short too. Whatever. Doesn't matter the sex or the ethnicity or the gender or whatever. I know, but I love my hair. I love my clothes that I bought for myself. My mom didn't go out and buy stuff for me. I bought that shit on my own. I bought that stuff on my own because I loved it. I love my shirts. I love my well, the very few. Again, I'm not trying to categorize, but I love the very few that I have. I love my plaid button-up shirts. And, how loose they are. They're not thin. There's no tightness around my hips on the shirt. I love my pants. I love the fit of my pants. Say goodbye to those slim, flare and boot cut jeans that showed off the tightness of my, I love living my life and navigating my life as a male. I do. And it gets hard. I don't say that a lot, I know most of the time I'm like, oh, it's hard. I'm and I'm bitching. Yeah, probably because something really shitty happened to me. Go figure. But I mean, big whoop. But I mean, I love my life. I really love looking right now. I really do. I love my life. I love what I'm turning it into. You know what I'm saying? I'm comfortable. I'm so comfortable. Now, what makes it uncomfortable is not being recognized as I want to. That's the only thing. But I mean, I'm loving my life. I'm loving my clothes. I'm loving my look. And I mean, and as far as a place of romance, I'm loving the idea of starting my romance life fresh and new as, between male and female relationships. I'm loving, courting women as a man. I'm loving that. I'm flirting with them as a man, even though, sometimes, they bomb and they fail. There's no guaranteed success just because, I'm a man and they're a woman. No. Again, something else I used to be envious of, being, stuck in this lesbian zone. I say so for myself. I'm not saying all lesbians are, all gay women. No. Of course I was jealous. I thought that, this and that about heterosexual relationships, and, that was another jealousy I had. The fact that basically I wasn't the same as the guy. But I mean, I love it. I love how I'm really defining my life. I love certain parts of my life now and how they are because I'm a male. I love it. And most of the hardships that I have, it comes from as I am, legally, and obviously just by the everyday people around me. By my mom, yeah, it hurts, it does. But I mean, somehow, after I get over it, however it's supposed to work itself out, I mean, whether by me purposefully or just how things end up happening, I mean, I guess however way it happens, I can't wait until it finally works itself out to where I am recognized as me and respected as me. Really. However the hell it's supposed to work, I don't know. I don't know. I'm loving my life though. I'm loving my life. But I will say, as a note, and again, I don't hear this often in the trans community, like with trans guys. There's some things I'm gonna miss about my past. Female aspects of it. Like memories I'll never be able to get back, or basically relive, aka tell, like a retell. I'll have to try to, I don't have to, but you know, like parts of my past I can't really acknowledge the same way. Or at least I'm not at a point where I'm proud enough or open enough to do that, to acknowledge, you know, old pictures of me when I was, you know, when I was a female, whatever, you know. I'm not that open yet. I haven't got to that point with myself. It's like embarrassing. I'm gonna miss some things. I'm gonna miss some things. Like a close connection to females. I mean, I guess I'll always have that, but it is a bit different, you know? Being able to just openly talk about certain things with females, I'll miss that. You know? Yeah, I'll miss that. I'll miss some things about the older life, but I just know most of it was kind of staged. Said from a younger age, I was put into things and I was put into a place. This is how you're going to be, this is how you should be. And then I grew up and I realized, well, I'm different from what I was told I'm supposed to be. I'm different from all these other people who are like me biologically. You know, they're fine with it and I'm not. They're fine with certain things, I'm not. You know, I grew up, man. I grew up. That's what I can say. And so this is why I say the title, I figured out I was trans. I'm not going to say how I knew I was trans or how I'm trans, no, because I'm not saying, and because, like I said, there's been like this pyramid stacking of me, increment by increment, figuring out myself how I have, whether it's set to be this way forever in my life, you know, or whatever. It's helped me progress. It has helped me progress. Because I progressed, I can't say that, you know, or title this. It would be like a disgrace. It'd be shameful for me to try to pretend to be what I'm not and try to, you know, basically display in some way, in some form, I always knew, you know, or I was always so sure, because I didn't always know. And certain things, like, I love this part. Certain parts and aspects of my life, like, you know, okay, well, I love this part even more. Yeah, okay, that's it. I mean, certain parts of my life, like, let's say when I was 5, how I played dodgeball this one time, does that suddenly make me more of a boy? Does that suddenly confirm, you know, my transness? Like, no, it doesn't, because other times I was probably playing with my hair and putting hair bows in my own hair I don't even remember. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or just, you know, other times I was put in a dress and I just went with it. But does that make me less trans? Does it make me less of a guy? It's just, you know, like, so I hear that, like, not just what my bros, but like other people, and it's like, you know, saying that doing this or doing that doesn't confirm being, you know, perfectly and only, you know, aligned with masculinity as, you know, a more masculine male whatever person. It doesn't, because we all do different things in our lives, you know what I'm saying? What does, like, eating bacon at the age of 7 confirm, like, my femininity or something? And I'm only gonna have femininity in my life and on my mind? No, because, you know what I'm saying? Everything is so scattered with me, and that's why I couldn't say how I knew I was trans or my transgender identity story. That's why I titled it How I Figured Out I Was Trans. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a process. It's not a process for everyone. I did that, like, over exaggeration. I don't know. It's not a process for everyone. Everyone's story is different. And mine is definitely, I haven't seen anything like this anywhere else. And again, even though sometimes I feel and I ask myself, am I trans enough because of some of my experiences, as, you know, it's just, it is what it is, and this is my experience. It's not going anywhere. So thank you for watching, and this is me, Jonathan Everett Williams, how I figured out I was transgender at the age of fucking 16 after being a lesbian.